Kahoot is a really fun review game type thing, and kids love playing it. And to create them, you go to getkahoot.com, and then the first time you're logging in, it shows you like the video of these kids playing that they videotaped, and they're obsessed with this. You can click Get a Kahoot, and then you can choose your role. So you can select I'm a teacher, and then you can put in the school that you work in, create your own username, and then use an email address. I use my Pensbury email address, and then make a password and click create account. And when you already have one, you can click sign in. So I've already logged into mine, and from here you can see the Kahoot main page, which has a bunch of different stuff on it. Over on the right hand side, it kind of gives you statistics about Kahoots that you have and Kahoots that have been played. In the bottom, it gives you different options on how to create different types of Kahoot. On the upper left hand corner, you can create a Kahoot. You can go to My Kahoots. You can go to Public Kahoots, which is really good if you don't have time to make one. So if I wanted to do a Kahoot on geometry, I can just type in geometry and hit search, and then all of these Kahoots that people have already made, I can play with my students. I can view them, I can save them, I can make duplicates of them, and then edit the questions the way that I want. Which is a really cool way of being able to do it without having to make your own. And then your Kahoots all line up ones that you make, and you can edit any of those, you can duplicate those, you can share them, which we'll get to a little bit later on. But I'm going to make a Kahoot from scratch, so I'm going to click on the purple question mark and make my own. And there's a title, there's the description, you can add images, the different settings. In the bottom, you can even see that you can add a YouTube video that will play on top while you're waiting for the kids to all log in. So I'm going to make one on the history of me. I'm going to title it McCormick History, and the description was going to write a history of Brad. And then I'm going to add an image from my computer, or I can click and drop it from the internet as well. So I have a little avatar drawing that I made for a grad school class once. And then the visible to is kind of important. If it's only me, then I can't share it. I can't make a link that kids can go to later. So I usually set them to everyone. And then for our purposes, I'm just going to make this the audience is just social, which you can put for students. From here, once you hit that you're ready to go to the next stage, you can edit them. You can save at any point, or you can add questions. You can click on the plus button, and then it gives you the screen to add questions. So question, where did I go to elementary school? And from there I can set the time limit all the way from 5 seconds that they can answer to 120. We've done this with math problems before, where we gave kids 120 seconds because you want them to work through the math problem in order to get the answer. And then you type in answers. So I can type in 4 answer responses. You can do 2 is required, but you can do 3 or 4 as well. And then you have to set the correct answer. So there's a little check mark next to each option, and you click on the one to highlight it in green for the correct answer. So I went to Village Park, so I'm going to set that as the answer. I can also add a video, or I can also add an image. You can have a video play and then ask questions about it, or you can also add an image and ask a question about it. So like on a map, where is something located? What shape is this? What is this chemical formula? What type of reaction is this? You can add those directly in, and they'll show above the question so students can see them. And then I'm going to quickly here add a couple more questions so that when we play it, it makes sense. This is one of those ones where I can show you. I'm going to add a image. So who did Brad play hockey for? This is a picture of me playing hockey back in high school. So I'm going to put in some options here. That way I can have 4 responses. When we play the game in the next video, you'll be able to see what the students see and what the teacher sees. And then you can actually set more than one correct answer. So if a student picks either one of those, because I played at both Pensbury and Millersville, then they would both be correct. And the final question here, what is my favorite food? And I can put in, and you'll notice that you can put in like bold, italicized, you could do subscripts or superscripts. You can pretty much copy and paste things in there. That way you can make it as custom as you'd like it to be. And then when you're finished each question, you just hit next. And when you're done making your questions, you can hit save, and then it gives you a couple of different options. You can edit that quiz, you can add them, delete them, you can preview the quiz, you can play it, or you can share it. For right now, I'm just going to say that I'm done, and then the next video will show you how you can get back to all your Kahoots from My Kahoots, and then how to play it from the main screen so that way kids can play it with you, or the kids can play it on their own at home.